Hey guys, so today we're going to go over how to stretch your shoulder. A nice little flow to challenge some really important motions of the shoulder. So your shoulder has a bunch of different motions that it can go through that we'll get into. But we're going to go through how to challenge my favorite motions that I like to do with certain patients. And I want you guys to take a baseline level of how your shoulder feels before. Do some of these things, pick the ones that you like, and feel it afterwards. If it works for you, just use it more, okay? My name is Dr. Dawn. I work at Performance Place Sports Care. I'm just one part of the locally world famous chiropractors here in Orange County, California. If any of these exercises work really well for you guys, we'd love to hear it. Just leave it in the comments below. If you guys have any questions, also leave that in the comments below because we'd love to hear them, and maybe we can have better videos in the future or go over more in depth if you guys have those questions and we don't already have a video for it. But please check out our channel because we have tons of videos already for shoulder pain specifically. You can click on the little bubble somewhere around the video that'll take you to our channel. I recommend liking and subscribing because it'll set up notifications for you, because this shoulder stretch video is just one part of a whole series of how to stretch your insert blank here, okay? Low back, hips, knee, whatever. We're going over how to stretch all the different areas of your body safely, okay? And always, as I say, if you're having pain with any of these, some crazy amount of pain, okay? Don't push through pain. Listen to your body. Find yourself a pain-free range of motion that you can go through. And then you'll notice the more you practice it, the more you'll be able to gain some more range of motion, all right? So let's get into it. So your shoulder joint itself has different ranges of motion. It has flexion, it has extension, it has abduction, it has adduction across the body. It has external rotation and internal rotation. It has tons of different motions that it does, okay? And some of you may notice that like one shoulder can do this a lot better than the other one, and you might have some asymmetry between shoulders. So you guys pick the one that you want to focus on, or if you want to do both, you can. But we're gonna go through extension today, okay? Because a lot of times we're already in a lot of flexion, and so challenging extension can be really helpful. And we're gonna go through internal rotation because I notice a lot of people have some internal rotation deficit in their shoulders, meaning it doesn't internally rotate as well as it should, or the range of motion is very limited. So we're gonna go through a few different ways to challenge those directions today, okay? The different things that I want you guys to try to have near you is a weight. It doesn't need to be a dumbbell. Okay, it can be a heavy water bottle, it could be a textbook, doesn't matter. Some sort of lightweight though. So I have about 8 pounds here. It can be somewhere between 3 and 10 pounds, okay? So I have a weight, I have a stick. This could be a broom, it could be a towel. It could be, actually it can't be a towel because I changed the exercise that we're gonna do. So not a towel, but it needs to be a firm stick like this. If you don't have anything like this, we can use the chair, okay? So those are the different things I want you guys to maybe pause the video and go grab if you want to follow along, or you could just watch first, see if you want to try it out, and then rewind the video and try it again once you have all of your stuff you need. So let's get into it first. The first thing I want to focus on is, can we create a little bit more of a distractive space in the shoulder girdle? So what I mean by that is sometimes if you think about what gravity does to our spine, I'm going to go to the spine for a little bit. Gravity presses down on the spine throughout the day, right? Sometimes people like to flip upside down and it feels really good to decompress the spine. Or if you go to the doctor's office and they lift up on your head, there's a decompressive force that can feel really good, taking the load off of the spine. I want to try to do that for the shoulder joint today. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to grab a chair and we're going to grab our weight. I'm going to use my right shoulder as the example. Okay, so I'm going to stand up. I'm going to lean forward on this chair. And this weight here, I'm going to dangle, okay? And I'm gonna try to just go through like a pendulum type motion with my shoulder here. It's not very active at all. Once you get this momentum going, I want you to just hold and do this for a little bit. If you guys come up too high and you get a pinchy feeling, or come back too much and you get pain, just find that pain-free range that you guys can go through, okay? Also, look at my low back in this position. It's very safe and neutral. Please don't round and do this, okay? I want you to stick the booty out like you're a pretty peacock, have a nice athletic stance, and just go through this distractive motion in your shoulder here. This feels really good. You guys can use this as much as possible as much as you like if it helps you, okay? So that's one very beginner's way to try to improve some of those motions to begin. Now we're gonna go through extension, okay? So I'm gonna grab my stick here or my broom at home. I'm still gonna stick with my right shoulder and I'm going to begin to challenge extension, okay? So I'm grabbing here, fingers outward, and I'm grabbing here, and I'm gonna go through pushing my shoulder into extension and back, okay? One thing I wanna note is you're not letting your shoulder dump and your shoulder come to your ear and elevate as you go through this, okay? You're gonna cram so many different structures in that shoulder joint itself, you might cause more harm than good. So go through a range of motion where you can keep a nice active scapula or active shoulder blades, so tuck them down and back into your back pockets, shoulders away from your ears, and then just go through how this feels going into extension with the shoulder here. Okay, go through a couple reps of that. See if you can push a little higher and higher each time you do that. If you don't have a stick at home, you can grab your chair and you can do the same thing standing. Sorry, I don't have a cameraman today, so my face is gonna get cut out, but you guys will get the idea. I'm going to grab the chair here and I'm going to squat down and challenge extension with my shoulder. Again, active scapula, shoulder away from the ear, challenge extension. Okay? You also get your squats in at the same time. Isn't that great? Kill two birds with one stone. So that's another way that you guys can challenge extension, okay? So pick the one that you guys like or do both, doesn't matter. But that is a really awesome way to help mitigate some of the pain and to challenge fun, different ranges of motion in your shoulder. Another one I'm gonna go over is internal rotation, okay? So two more ways, if I don't kill myself with some of these props here, that I wanna go over is we're gonna lay down on the ground. Some of you may or may not have heard of sleeper stretch. I'm gonna go through a passive sleeper stretch, meaning it's really relaxed, you're not doing much, you're just pushing into a certain stretch for your shoulder. And then an active version, meaning I'm going to ask more of you and challenge you a little bit with those muscles, okay? So we're gonna get down on our side like this, knees bent, and make sure that this feels good and comfortable to be in this position. First, you could put something under your head to support your head. That's probably best, okay? Bend the elbow, okay? Shoulder is at 90 degrees, elbow is at 90 degrees. I'm gonna come this way so you can see. And what you're gonna do is then just push your hand down into internal rotation, okay? Find that sticky point, hold and breathe, and come out of it. You can rep into it if you want to. Go through reps of this internal rotation. Or you can hold and breathe in this position as well. But again, always trying to have an active shoulder blade in the back, shoulder away from the ear, and go into that sleeper stretch position. You might feel a little bit of a stretch on the top back side of the shoulder here. That's okay, but always, again, don't push through pain, okay? Come to the point where maybe you feel that, back out of it a little bit, hold and breathe, okay? I'm gonna go lastly through the active version of this. So from here in this position, I want you guys to stay at 90 degrees here. I want you to take this hand and push on the top of this hand. And as if I'm trying to push in this direction, but this arm is not going to let this hand push. So now I have this force going on, okay? Does that make sense? So pushing here, but not letting it. So I have now an active shoulder through this. I'm going to always keep my shoulder away from my ear. I'm gonna press through my elbow and come up like so, okay? And slowly come back down, keeping the pressure the entire time, okay? Up and down. One thing I see a lot with people trying to do this is they do this. Look at my shoulder and my ear. They come up, especially as they come down, they do this, okay? Active shoulder blades in the back. Keep this pressure. Push through your elbow. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. And again, the same thing on the way down. Do that to fatigue, you guys. That will really activate some shoulders in the back side of the girdle here. You may notice it helped turn on muscles you haven't felt in a really long time, and it could help with some of the pain that you guys may be having, okay? So If any of those worked for you, that was kind of a lot. Pause the video, use as needed, you guys. Explore and have some fun with this. If whatever ones worked for you, please let us know. We'd love to hear it. Like and subscribe to our channel. We have tons of stuff on shoulder blades, shoulder issues, neck pain, low back, whatever it may be, okay? If you guys want some help through how to figure out what's going on with your shoulder, if you've been having some pain for a while, you've seen a lot of people and nobody seems to be able to give you anything that's been working, please reach out to us. We would love to help you with this. We can help you virtually. We can help you in person. We have online programs. Whatever may be best for you guys, we can always brainstorm together. Send us an email, give us a call. We'd love to figure out where to go from here and how to help mitigate your pain for long-term success, okay? So I hope to hear from you guys and talk to you soon.